Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
A man is in jail after a fight that ended up with another man unconscious on the ground. The Kinston County Sheriff's Department got a call to Carlstad just after midnight Monday. A deputy found the victim on the ground and the suspect standing over him. The fight apparently started between the suspect and his girlfriend. Then the other guy got involved. Now, deputies say 25-year-old Levi Underberg of Kennedy, Minnesota, hit the victim in the face, and after Underberg's Trump t-shirt was ripped. The Underberg was arrested for assault and DWI. There's no word on the condition of the victim. Now, the weather feeling pretty close to perfect for those going out to vote or eat lunch outdoors, but is it here to stay a little longer? Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good afternoon. It's beautiful out there. We've got some conditions that are nice and bright and sunny, great for doing anything outdoors today, whether you're heading to the polls or maybe just enjoying that sunshine. Here's a look at our temperatures right now. We're in the 50s to some 60s at the moment, 61 in Fargo, 67 in Grand Forks, and 70 in Sisseton at the moment. We are warming up there. And in addition to that, we're looking at some numbers that are pleasant around the region. This is already well above average for this time of year, and we'll just continue to climb from there. We've got those clear skies and sunshine here this afternoon. And taking a look at your hourly planner, expect to have some numbers that are going to be nice and warm for this time of year. Our records are around 70 degrees in Fargo and Grand Forks, so we're very close to that. And we're looking at some numbers that will be starting to slide this evening as we're closing the polls, but not too bad. Temperatures around 6 to 8, dipping from the 50s to some 40s at that point in time. We'll talk more about this warm up and how long it's going to last coming up in just a couple of minutes.
No, Lisa, the weather is absolutely beautiful. I even saw a guy this morning with shorts. So hopefully it decides.
Not surprising.
Right. Thank you, Lisa. Well, Fargo police are trying to find an attempted murder suspect considered armed and dangerous. Call 911 or text 847-411 if you see this man. Now, this man is 20-year-old Nathaniel Benton. Police believe he is armed and poses a threat to public safety. Do not approach him if you see him. Sunday morning around 2:30, a man called police saying he thought he'd been shot. Medical personnel found him and spotted bullet fragments in his head. The Cass County State's Attorney's Office has issued a warrant for Benton's arrest for an attempted murder. Voters in Minnesota are deciding whether to make President Donald Trump the first Republican to carry the state since Richard Nixon in 1972, or to hold the usual line and back former Democratic Vice President Joe Biden. Now, other top races on today's ballot include the U.S. Senate race between Tina Smith and Jason Lewis, all 8 congressional seats, including the 7th district between Colin Peterson and Michelle Fischbach. Now, in the struggle for control of the Minnesota legislature, you have until 8 tonight in Minnesota to vote. And President Donald Trump and Governor Doug Burgum go before North Dakota voters today, looking for lopsided victories in a state with a long history of backing Republicans. Now, Burgum is running 4 years after he won his first term as a businessman looking to reinvent government. With the pandemic running unchecked in North Dakota, Democrat Shelley Lenz has sought to make an issue of Burgum's management. Also on today's ballot is an effort by legislators that would give them more control over citizen-initiated constitutional amendments. Now, you have until 7 tonight to vote in North Dakota. Today's election is a pivotal moment in the history of our country, but it's not just a big day here. There's also a lot at stake on a global scale as well, and the world is certainly watching. NBC's Kyer Simmons reports from London.
Ein Land hat die Wahl, Trump oder Biden.
This morning, America's election making headlines around the world, anxiously awaiting the outcome. Fears for democracy, says one UK newspaper. Even Russia, accused of election meddling, left watching and waiting this morning. We will accept any decision of the American people, President Putin says. President Trump confronted Iran, but its supreme leader this morning claiming it doesn't matter who wins. China is now seen on both sides of the aisle as the #1 challenge for America's next president, economically and increasingly militarily.
This is not a Republican-Democrat issue. This is an American issue, and it is the issue of the 21st century.
The world witnessing an election unlike any other.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is from the bitter back and forths to casting doubts on the process.
You know, we have a date. It's called November 3rd. We don't have a date that says many days later. The whole world is waiting to find out.
And tomorrow, America will leave the Paris Climate Accord. Which direction America goes in on that international environmental issue depends on the vote today. And think about this. Around the world, there are millions who don't just not have a vote in this election, but don't have a vote for their own leaders. Just by going out and voting today, you are demonstrating democracy. And as we know, America is at its best when it leads by example. Keir Simmons, NBC News, London.
Disney World is expanding dining capacity. Walt Disney World is increasing dining reservation capacity at all table service restaurants. The park has been slowly reopening since shutting down due to the coronavirus pandemic back in March. Florida's Phase 3 allows theme parks in Florida to return to normal operations with limited social distancing protocols. That means capacity is being raised within individual attractions and now at table service restaurants. But Disney says overall capacity limits have not been raised. And opponents delivered their message, but the city of Grand Forks is sticking with its mask mandate. Just 1 week into the move aimed at slowing the spread of COVID-19, children, business owners, and students gathered outside Grand Forks City Hall, armed with voices and signs challenging the Grand Forks mask mandate. The order was put in place October 26th with no penalty to those who don't comply. Asked people to wear masks or risk being removed from businesses, chanting facts not fear and show me the science. These people want the mask mandate removed.
I really want people to have the freedom to wear a mask or not wear a mask. I think it should be a personal decision and not a decision from the people higher up in the government.
City leaders are not budging, saying masks to work and the community is benefiting from the new policy. The new mayor cited national studies showing continued support for their current mask mandate. Well, coming up at noon, we take a look at why doctors say kids are purposely overdosing on meds and it's killing some of them. And weather continuing to feel nice and warmer today. And we have weather up next to plan your day with meteorologist Lisa Green.